What up? It's Ruben from TG. In today's video, I want to talk to you about how to actually pick the right strike, okay? Because a lot of traders leave a lot of money on the table and they have no idea why. They go based off like feelings and like they think that at the money is safe and out of the money is cheap and that's good, and it's actually like bad. Like there's a reason why a lot of traders fail at picking the strike, and I want to help you actually fix that so you can do it yourself. So I made a tweet about this and I said, you're not maximizing your gains, you're capping them before the trade even starts. Bad gamma equals bad follow through, and that's killing your upside. Fix this and you'll stop leaving money on the table. And I posted a picture here like where the sweet spot is, and I'll go over that picture here in a second. I said most traders chase the move but ignore the mechanics that make the move profitable. Okay, I said it's gamma. Gamma is what makes the move profitable. Too little, you get slow grind, you get no juice, no pop, weak ROI. Too much, you get whipsaw, and then that can nuke your gains or really just slow down the growth of it. And so picking the right strike is going to be really important for you because what makes the difference between 15% and an 80% trade. I'm going to show you some trades here. Let me see what's going on here, which is on the wins. Let me see. Okay. You're going to see this here where a lot of the wins that you'll see here very often inside the community where we have these massive wins, like 116%, 170%. We have losers too. We had a couple losers today, but a lot of the winners can make up the majority of the losses because we picked the right strikes. And there's some other mechanics too, like sizing and all that. But what's really important to know when you're trading is understanding like what strike to pick. It's really important because that's the difference between picking a 30% winner versus again a 76% winner, right? Or 75%. Or winning where is it? Like 170% return. Right? It's literally the difference. And it's not looking at the volume indicate like the volume column or the option. It's about looking at the gamma, okay, which is a Greek that we all like. Let's go back to this drawing board. I said that on the tweet here, I said that the mechanic that makes the move profitable is gamma. If we take a look at this is what gamma really kind of is, okay? Or the Greeks, look at the Greeks. We have delta, which is really important. It tells us it's like the engine of a car, okay? It can tell you how much horsepower there is. And you can have a very fast car, but if you don't know how to accelerate that car, it's kind of pointless, right? What's the point of all that horsepower? And gamma is the gas pedal to that car, okay? So if you're picking a strike out of the bat that's already flooring the gas pedal, then it really does you no good, right? And if you pick a contract that is you barely pressing on the gas pedal, then you're really not taking advantage of any speed. So here is what an option chain looks like for a given tick. I think this is SPY. It is SPY right here. Okay. And what you'll see here, let's actually take a look at this. This is what a regular gamma curve looks like. Okay. Gamma is highest at the money. Okay. This is what high, and this is an example of a short dated expiration. Okay, and then this is what low gamma is, right? So gamma is highest at the money, and it's very low out of the money and very deep in the money. Okay, and your objective is to pick a strike that takes advantage of this entire move right here. Okay, so from here to here, this is where you make the most money. And if you can capture this move and then get in the money, you're going to make more money because at that point it's just high delta. You don't need that much gamma. All right. But if you're picking a contract that's here, like there's no motion for like momentum. There's no momentum for some upside to get some nice returns out of that trade. But there are pros and cons though, but that's what you have to like try and live with. We like to try and maximize our gains, and all the time we want to try and maximize our gains. If we go back to these winning trades, it's all because of picking the right strike. Okay, so if you want trades like this, you need to learn to pick the right strike. All right, let's go. I want to show you another example because this is really important when it comes to gamma. Okay, I'm actually gonna move this here, and I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. Okay, give me this high gamma. Okay, so this is what this looks like for long dated expirations. This is really important to know. Okay, I'm gonna move this here. Okay, so when you're looking at long dated, sometimes we like to swing trade even leaps or 6 months out, 8 months out. Gamma then flattens out. It's less of a curve, almost flat, and that's just due to the nature of picking something that is far in expiration. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with this. Each one has the pros and cons, of course, and it's just being able to. There's nothing wrong with it, right? Each one has their pros and cons. We like to pick both. Sometimes when we're picking either short dated, we understand the mechanics. Long dated, there's pros and cons, right? Extra safety, but either the goal is still the same though. You want to pick a strike that you're going to capture this momentum up. Same thing with short dated. This momentum, you want to capture this because this is where you make all the money, and this is where you make all the money for long dated as well too. Okay, now let's take a look at this option chain. Okay, what I want you to take a look at is this gamma column right here. You'll see the delta here. Okay, so this gamma, you can see here that like the highest numbers are around a little bit far out of the money here, right? This circled area where you see we start hitting the 0.05, 0.05. This is 1 day expiration right here, right? So it's short dated. So the gamma curve will look like this. And then you have this, and once we hit in the money, one strike in the money, it starts to lower down. We go down to the 0.04s, right? The acceleration was de-accelerating, right? So now you're making less money on your trades. But you got to understand though, like if you were to capture this entire move all the way up, you made a lot of money here, but you're going to make more money if you go from out of the money into the money because now the deltas have overpowered the gamma. You don't need these anymore. But if you were to pick a strike like 596 and it's already it's like already slowing down on the gamma, then you're not going to make that much of a like percentage return, right? You'll make a lot on the delta, but the percentage amount is going to decrease, which is not really maximizing your gains. What you want to do is like I said before, is capture this entire range. You don't want to start from here and then go down. Okay. So with that said, the simplest answer to this really is like pick a contract between the 0.25 delta and the 38 delta. That's like the sweet spot. And it's a nice balance. The higher you go a little bit at the money, of course, like you're already getting like somewhere around here on the gamma range. If you pick the 25 delta, you're probably around here just as it starts to ramp up, right? But again, each one has its pros and cons, okay? And so especially with the dynamics of time, right? So if you are like 0 DT, maybe you don't want to get a 25 delta. That could be a risk, right? Because theta will destroy it. But if you do have time, maybe 25 delta is okay. Okay, so like you can see here, if we take a look at this is this 26 delta, you can see that's where like it's about to go into that 0.5 area. And you could take advantage of this entire, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like $4 or $5 move, right? And so that's really gonna ramp your contract from, I don't know, I wish I had a snapshot of what the pricing was, but this could be like $1 and then take it to like $3. That's like a 300% return. Okay? If the direction is right, of course. Now, what you want to do as a trader is one, assess what is possible for a given ticker. Like how much can it move? Can it get to that point? And then you want to pick, of course, a strike that has is going to start the acceleration process, right? Like I said, anywhere from 25 delta to 38 delta. And if you can take it from, I'm going to use a green marker here. If you can take it from here to this zone right here, this like 68 delta, that's the sweet spot. You will make an enormous amount of cash. You don't even need a lot of money to be trading if you get good at this. Okay? What you don't want to do is pick a contract here because you're not gonna make as much money, and you don't want to pick a contract that is below this line right here, this blue line. Anything below 25 delta is a no. No, do not pick, okay? Because you will make very little money. You need a lot of dollar movements, especially on a 1 day to expiration, to make any type of meaningful income on this. You have a very low probability. Okay, so not only do these delta strikes have a high gamma, or they're starting the acceleration, but also they have good probabilities. Okay, that's important to keep in mind as well too. All right, so that's it. That's how you figure out. That's how you pick the right strike. Okay, you want to capture again this move right here. This is where you make the money, even for long dated. Capture this move right here. Do not start here at the high, and do not start too low. If you're going to get very deep in the money, that's almost like a hedging strategy. That's a different type of mentality process. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you want to trade with me and try and catch these kind of trades with me in my team, I'll put a link in the description box, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.